CHICKEN. Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the chicken is here. We're back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we made it up another little bit. We went on a nice push, 23.52. And we're going to hang out here for a little bit, watch the leaderboard, see what kind of craziness happens. We're sitting pretty high at 158, so, yeah. So I'm going to go over what the difference maker was for us today, because yesterday I was playing, and it was getting really gross. And a lot of the times were really all over the place. They're really all over the place. So first off, this is I want to give a shout out to Bradders in our task force. He is, I believe he is Braidstar, and he was helping me with the base and and all this stuff. And he's right about where I am, and I think we have the same base, or it's a little bit different now. No, it's different, but yeah. So the biggest thing was, I forget where we left off yesterday tech-wise. We got the hot pots. The hot pots were huge. The hot pots went from hanging out at like 2270, low 23, boom, went on this big push instantly. I forget where our first attack was. It might have been this one. And look, I mean, players were fizzling with the hot pot, which was crazy. So fizzle, fizzle, fizzle. 153, 2 minutes. I screwed up. Fizzle. And this was the big one. This is the one that put us over the hump. 2 minutes 13 to 212 on a rank 25 was crazy. And I didn't even D-rank him after the fight. And then a nice 221 to really bring it all home. So let's show somebody fizzling on it. And let's see this guy. Okay. So this guy he didn't have the troop health, but I'm interested to see what he does here. So he doesn't have... okay. So the Laser Ranger players are definitely struggling now, it seems like. I think with the DVD and the maxed out defensive tech, it's just too tricky with the rocket launchers. It's just too tricky because they clip you once, all your lasers are dead. And then it's good night. So, yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of guys doing hits like that. But let's go over the tech first. And like I said, it was all about the hot pots. Unlocking those was the key to the push. And I think what I would do next is I would probably go bombers, I think, because I did see a lot of really successful bomber hits. And I feel like my attacks were just borderline not really getting it done, doing the heavy chopper rush thing, which we'll get into in a moment. But yeah, so here was the rest of the stuff. I think next order would probably be bomber, GBE, which would be nice at the beginning, and have for shocks in general to keep the bombers alive. Maybe 2 more cannons. Barrage artillery. I don't have barrage or artillery. We actually ended assuming I'm only going to get a couple more unlocks here, we're going to end the season without using, with only having like 3 gunboat abilities, which is kind of crazy. So that's the tech. That's the base. Now let's show you the attack. Now this was the winner. This one we got like 22 stars on or something crazy. So yeah, so every base is pretty much like this. And they're all a little bit different. This guy really packed in this stuff down here. He's got 3 prototypes down there. Shock launcher, critter launcher. He's got everything kind of stacked up there. So we know that that's too much probably for the squad leaders to just take out themselves. I mean, they could probably do it, but it's going to take a lot of GBE, and then we're not going to be able to support the other side. Up at the front, he really doesn't have that much, which is kind of strange. We haven't really seen that very often. So you see how I'm going all troops, basically spam them out right here. The idea is to clear about up to this engine And then what's going to happen? We're going to send our squad leaders down this side, but they're going to have protection from everybody already being up here, right? So then by the time that happens, these guys, hopefully Kavan follows them. We can use some second wind. They're going to get to about this engine and those machine guns without turning down that side. A couple of them might piece away, but then we can just simply flare them. So let's see how this works out. So we can see right here the 6 heavy choppers coming in. Now at this point of the attack, if there's a shock launcher on the heavies, I'll try to put that down. Everything else, I'm pretty much just okay to ignore it. I'm not worried about critter launchers, just ignore them. Not worried about rocket launchers, ignore them. I'm not even really worried about boom cans unless there's a bunch of them. So then we throw Kavan out because we want him to stay with those heavies and not have to get targeted by anything else. So you see I'm still keeping them all together here. Still keeping them all together. I may have thrown the meat shield guy. Okay, so we put the meat shield guy onto that machine gun. So we just flared. The meat shield guy was just going off on his own. I would have been happy if he stayed back here. So we flared both the squad leaders down, which is what we talked about, right? And then we're keeping all the yellow buses, just keeping on their road, keeping on their line. So you can see a lot of the other troops are starting to come down into this zone and help out with the squad leaders, so we really don't need them to do very much. Yeah, and then squad leaders going in. The bottom is pretty much taken care of. And now we've got all the heavy choppers on that left side going to work. Squad leaders coming in, using some more second winds just to get some more damage. Now we can go ahead and flare. And then as we flare, once this goes down, we flare here first, then we squad leader flare onto this side. And they're very far away, so it's not a huge difference, but we take down this engine over here. And then what we're focused on is not second winds, we're focused on shocking defenses at the very end to get that, anything that's going to stop us. If we can get rid of shock mines, shock launchers, anything that's going to slow us down, that's what we want to focus our gunboat energy on. And I mean, it's a 1 second win, so say what you will, but we were able to come away with that. And let's show you his attack. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. This guy was using bombers. So the thing with bombers is they can work, but they you need to attack with them very well. And I noticed it was not a consistent looking attack that I saw anyways. I saw a lot of players would get some bomber players were getting like 230, and then other ones would get like 2 minutes. So it seemed like it was all over the place. That's why I was hesitant to unlock them this season over more defenses, because it seemed like the hot pots were going to help out more than the bombers would have, which is kind of crazy. But this guy also had brick, so he probably rushed up early with brick, and well, I guess been able to maintain it. Heavy chopper and brick. My attack if you guys have unlocked brick instead of Kavan, would definitely work really well too. So something to try out. Surprised he didn't get a better time. It looked like his attack really went well. Like nothing looked like it got screwed up at all. I don't know. So yeah, there it is. A great push today. That's the tech, that's the base, that's the attack. I hope that helps you guys out. Let me know how you're doing down below in the comments. Appreciate you. Thank you for watching. Catch you next one. Check it out. Back.